A total of a half dozen Grade 1 races were won by finalists in the feisty 3-year-old filly category. Stone Street Stable's Clairiere stepped up for an impressive win in the Grade 1 Cotillion at Parks Racing. That bright, extended white star worn by Malathat is symbolic because she shone brightly through the division's top races. The late Sheikh Hamdan's Malathat won the Central Bank Ashland Stakes, the Longines Kentucky Oaks, and then at Saratoga. She prevailed in yet another historic Grade 1, the Alabama Stakes. The filly Santa Barbara scored back-to-back Grade 1 victories on the turf, carrying the colors of Mrs. John Magner in
President and Chief Executive Officer of First Racing, Craig Fravel.
Thank you, Frank. I thought you were going to say Fravel. My wife's here waiting for that. After 32 years in this business, 21 at Del Mar, 8 years at the Breeders' Cup, but now 2 years with the Stronach Group. Trevor Dimon never pronounced my name correctly over the loudspeaker, and Gabby Godet gets it the first time out for my daughter. So thank you all for having us. Our finalists for the champion 3-year-old filly accounted for Grade 1 victories in the Cotillion, the Longines Kentucky Oaks, and the Beverly D. And the winner, Malathat.
Accepting the Eclipse Award for champion 3-year-old filly is Gregory Clark of Shadwell Stable, owners and breeders of Malathat. A 2019 Keeneland September yearling sale purchase, Malathat won 3 Grade 1 races in 2021, taking the Central Bank Ashland, the Longines Kentucky Oaks, and the Alabama Stakes for trainer Todd Pletcher.
On behalf of Sheikh Hissa and her family, we are honored to receive this trophy. First of all, I'd like to congratulate the other finalists in this category for their wonderful year. Obviously, I'd like to thank Todd Pletcher and his team for the wonderful season we had. Winning the Ashland Stakes at home was really good. Winning the Oaks was tremendous. And then winning the Alabama was the icing on the cake. I'd like to thank Johnny V for riding her so wonderfully, and I'd like to thank Stone Street for breeding her. 2021 was obviously a sad year for us all, but with Malathat, she was a breath of fresh air and a light for all of us. We're really happy that Sheikha Hissa and her family have decided to keep her in training this coming year, and we look forward to continued success. Thank you all very much.
Newly crowned champion Malathat, owned by late Sheikh Hamdan. He passed away sadly right before she won the Kentucky Oaks. The last 2 years have brought an unimaginable amount of loss, and that's affected each of us in some way. But this sport, these animals have a way of lifting our spirits and bringing people together, even during the darkest of times. So tonight, let us take a moment to not only remember, but celebrate the lives of those we've lost.
I know we say this often, but it's never more true than when we lose someone in our sport. The horse racing community is a family. Our ties are strong. And sadly, earlier this year, we lost another beloved member of this family, Josephine Abercrombie, or as some would call her, Mrs. A. I talked to Graham Motion the other day, and he told me a story. He said one time he had two horses in a race, one for Mrs. A and one for another owner. She marched up to him and said, "Good luck," to his other runner, but made sure she showed him that she had her fingers crossed behind her back the entire time. She had a devilish sense of humor, and she was tough, but very loyal and very fair. She leaves behind a legacy. We continue the night by honoring the leading ladies of our sport, and up next, female turf.
Loves Only You stood tall for the internationalism of the turf. A daughter of Japan's Deep Impact, returning to the land of her grandsire, Sunday Silence. DMM Dream Club's mare Loves Only You won Group 1 races in Japan and Hong Kong. In between, she crossed the Pacific to win the Maker's Mark Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Turf at Del Mar. Santa Barbara is the only 3-year-old among finalists in this category. Mrs. John Magner and Partners Santa Barbara stepped out of her age group to defeat older females in the Grade 1 Beverly D. Owner George Krikorian sent Warlike Goddess from coast to coast from February through November. Warlike Goddess won 4 stakes, including the Grade 1 Flower Bowl at Saratoga.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the operations consultant from Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance, Stacy Clark-Rogers.
Hi, everybody, and so good to see you all. I really want to take a moment just right now and thank the NTRA, the Daily Racing Forum, and the National Turf Writers and Broadcasters for once again recognizing the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance as the official charity of the Eclipse Awards. I also want to ask you to join me in thanking all of tonight's 4 lovely hosts for donating part of their proceeds today to a Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance facility here in North America. As we all know, this is one of the greatest international sports. And how fitting is it today that the class of this category are all international ladies. Among our finalists for Champion Female Turf Horse are stars who are based in Ireland, Japan, and North America. So who won 4 straight races here in the US. So let's take a look at our ladies today. Oh, I forgot, I've already done that, okay. So our female turf horse for today is Loves Only You. Congratulations.
Accepting the Eclipse Award for Loves Only You, champion female turf horse is Takumi Nomoto, racing director of DMM Dream Club. Trained by Yoshido Yahagi, Loves Only You gave Japan its first ever Breeders' Cup victory when she captured the Maker's Mark Filly and Mare Turf at Del Mar. The daughter of Deep Impact out of Loves Only Me by Sunday Silence also won 2 Grade 1 races in Hong Kong.
It's a great emotion. I'd like to thank you for Eclipse Award, US media, and every horseman. And also, I have to say thank you, Marcy Lane, because she is the best partner of Loves Only You. Today is a historic day for Japanese racing. Thank you, appreciate it.
After 15 years as president and CEO of the NTRA, we bid adieu to Alex Waldrop at the end of 2021. His dedication to racing has left a legacy of reformation, stability, growth, and safety. And he was honored earlier today with a proclamation stating just that from the NTRA board. He has earned our industry's gratitude and our respect. And ladies, if you'll please join me, and if everyone will please join me, we'd like to offer a 4 Roses toast. I'm missing my whiskey. Thank you, Acacia. A 4 Roses toast, everybody, with our thanks to Alex.
Thank you so much. Now I don't know what to do with this. I guess I'll put it here. Hopefully that won't spill on me. I really appreciate and thank the NTRA Board of Directors for not just the resolution, but for the years of support that they have given me. I express the deepest gratitude I'm almost without words to express gratitude for the staff at the NTRA, for the work that they have done, the work that they're doing tonight. I can't tell you. I think Tom knows now what kind of staff he has with him, and they are great human beings. Tom has officially taken over as the CEO as of January 1, and I've been enjoying retirement. Sorry, but I'm enjoying it. Absolutely. I miss you all, but I like being home too. But Tom, let me officially say, I salute you. Pass the torch. It's yours. All the best to you. Continue to make this industry the best it can be. Thank you very much. Now I actually have a job to do, which is this year, as always, we announce the moment of the year, the NTRA moment of the year. It was another great year of excitement and drama in 2021. And from the list of 11 choices, here is the FanDuel Racing NTRA moment of the year as voted by the fans.
Fans selected a truly international phenomenon as the 2021 FanDuel Racing NTRA Moment of the Year. On 13 previous occasions, Japanese-based horses had failed to win a race at the Breeders' Cup World Championships. All that changed dramatically at Del Mar. DMM Dream Club's 5-year-old mare, Loves Only You, slipped between horses and won the Maker's Mark Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Turf, giving Japan its first ever Breeders' Cup triumph. Not to be outdone, and just 2 hours later, Carrot Farms' Marsh Lorraine shocked the Longines Breeders' Cup Distaff, winning by a nose at 49-1 to award Japan its second win at the World Championships. A global moment indeed. Congratulations to trainer Yoshido Yagli and these 2 glittering racing stars from Japan in winning the 2021 FanDuel Racing NTRA Moment of the Year.
Now, please welcome to the stage Takahiro Uno with the Japan Racing Association.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Takahiro Uno. I'm the general manager of the JR New York office. I'm so nervous right now because I've never been in the spotlight in 53 years of my life. The biggest audience I ever had was 10 people at a karaoke in Tokyo. On that occasion, I sang as New York, New York with one of my friends called Mr. Drew Fleming of the Breeders' Cup Association. For your reference, he had a really good time singing and dancing. Anyway, I'd like to express my sincere appreciation for the kindly giving us this award. As you may well be aware of, our horses travel across the globe to take on the best horses of the world. And it is our horses that did their best to establish the reputation we are really enjoying right now. Also, those who support horses should be given a high credit for this achievement. This award means a lot to us. I'm so glad and proud. Collective effort of our racing industry is truly appreciated internationally. Personally, unfortunately, I'll be discharged from the current duty and go back to Japan soon. Before I'll be just another ordinary guy on the street back in my country, I'm so quite honored to receive this award on behalf of our entire industry. Thank you for your kind support and the friendship extended to our horsemen. Also, thank you for giving our horses a chance to compete and prove themselves. Thank you and God bless you all. Thank you very much.
The filly with the lovely name Bella Sophia became a Grade 1 winner by taking the historic and highly significant Test Stakes at Saratoga, racing for a large partnership, including Michael Imperio. Owner Bo Hirsch grew up in racing, and his homebred mare Cece won 3 stakes from her last 4 starts. These triumphs culminated in Grade 1 company when she matched Del Mar's 7-furlong track record in the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Sprint. Eclipse champion Gamine was back for another spectacular campaign at 4. Michael Lund's filly added 4 more graded stake wins, including the Grade 1 Kettle 1 Ballerina Handicap at Saratoga.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Director of Tax Services from Dean Dorton, Jen Shaw.
A Grade 1 winner at Saratoga, a Breeders' Cup winner, and the defending title holder comprise our 3 finalists for Champion Female Sprinter. And the Eclipse Award goes to Cece.
Accepting the Eclipse Award for Cece, Champion Female Sprinter, is her owner and breeder, Bo Hirsch. In a season in which she raced in New York, Florida, and in her home state of California, Cece won 4 times in 6 starts for trainer Michael McCarthy. As a 5-year-old, this Kentucky-bred daughter of elusive quality captured the Grade 2 Princess Rooney at Gulfstream, the Grade 3 Chillingworth at Santa Anita, and wrapped up the title with a 2.5-length victory in the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Sprint at Del Mar. Victor Espinoza rode Cece in all of her 2021 races.
Come on, gang. Well, I had a speech that was going to go about 1:40 but I'll cut it down to 59. I first want to thank the national turf riders and broadcasters for their vote. Those are the people, by the way, the rest of you don't know, that voted for us. And I thank you for those votes. And if you've voted a couple times extra, that's fine with me. It's an incredible honor. It's one that I will cherish for the rest of my life. And I thank you so much. I also want to thank all those that were involved with CC. Over the years, they have made me look like I know what the heck I'm doing. And I thank them very much. And last and not least, I want to thank this business. I love it. And I know there's a lot of you out there that love it too. And for my money, this is the greatest sport in the world. God love you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from TVG and representing the National Turf Riders and Broadcasters, Scott Hazelton.
As a board member of the National Turf Writers and Broadcasters, and as a role as a broadcaster with TVG, we want to thank you all for allowing us to tell these amazing stories that we get to each and every day and bring you some of the amazing characters that we get a chance to bring to you each and every day. This is truly some of the most unique individuals, as you all well know, so we thank you so much for that. One of those individuals who we sadly lost just this last week was a 3-time Eclipse Award winner who covered racing as a columnist with a great passion for the Lexington Herald-Leader, the Louisville Courier-Journal, and Sports Illustrated. Please join me in saluting Billy Reed, along with those who we remembered earlier this evening. Now let's go ahead and take a look at this year's Media Eclipse Award winners.
For the second consecutive year, NBC Sports has won the Eclipse Award for live television programming for its broadcast of the $6 million Longines Breeders' Cup Classic.
I'm honored to accept the Eclipse Award on behalf of the entire NBC Sports production crew for the Breeders' Cup World Championships. We love putting on this event, and we're extremely lucky to have such great partners in the Breeders' Cup itself who are passionate, encouraging, extremely supportive, and all around just incredible people to work with. So between them and the folks at Car Hughes Productions, TVG, and Del Mar, it's a really collaborative effort, and I'm extremely grateful to all the people who made this happen. Thanks so much.
NBC Sports also takes home the trophy in the television features category. The Derby ownership story, Hot Rod Charlie, includes 5 former Brown University football players who became part owners.
Well, first and foremost, thank you to the Eclipse Awards. This is a very special and meaningful honor to us. On the NBC side, thank you to Sam Flood for your leadership, to Rob Hyland for yours as well, to Jack Felling for your guidance, Annie Koblitz, who did a spectacular job field producing this feature, and Will Moss, who did a phenomenal job editing it. And to the boat racing guys, right? So thank you to those guys. This is a very special night. I hope everyone there is having a great time. And again, to the Eclipse Awards folks, thank you very much. We're very honored.
The Eclipse for feature commentary writing goes to Sandra McKee for her article in the Mid-Atlantic Thoroughbred, A Jockey's Life. Baltimore's Adams set writing record in 1930 is the story of a 16-year-old apprentice writer, Albert Adams, a boy with great character.
It is such an honor to accept the 2021 Eclipse Award for feature and commentary writing. I'd like to thank the Albert Adams family for keeping his memory alive, the Mid-Atlantic Thoroughbred magazine, and especially my editor, Joe Clancy, for assigning the story and entering it in this year's competition. To say I'm over the moon to have been selected for this is an understatement. I never expected it this late in my writing career, and I am humbled to be among the list of wonderful past winners. Thank you so much.
For News Enterprise Writing, Eric Mitchell, Bloodhorse.com, earns his first Eclipse Award. In Tracks Join Rallying Cry to End Cargo Shipping, Mitchell investigated the deplorable shipping conditions for racehorses shipped by boat from the United States to Puerto Rico.
This is such a tremendous honor, and there are so many people to recognize, but in particular, my wife and best friend, Rena. Happy 25th anniversary, and my amazing son, Matthew. Thank you both for your support. Special thanks to the Blood Horse for 20 plus years of opportunities, and to the hardworking staff here. And for help in this story, special thanks goes to Dr. Jose Garcia Blanco, Kelly Stobie, and Eduardo Maldonado. It's great how much you care. Thank you again, and have a great evening.
AtTheRaces.com has won the Eclipse Award for Audio Multimedia Internet. Matthew Taylor, Peter Fornatail, and Naomi Tucker produced Breeders' Cup Magical Moments, featuring recorded interviews with 17 racing personalities recalling their most memorable moments of the Breeders' Cup.
So many great writers and broadcasters have won Media Eclipse Awards in the past. Just so happy that our team is now among their number.
I'm so grateful to be part of such an excellent team, and even more thankful to all the interviewees for sharing their memories with us, allowing us to tell their incredible and touching stories and promote horse racing.
It's always an honour to bring the Breeders' Cup to our European audience on AtTheRaces.com, but to win this Eclipse Award is just fantastic. Thank you to everybody who helped us, and of course to the NTRA.
Jeff Fauhender, CourierJournal.com, has won his first Eclipse Award for photography, capturing the entire 20-horse field from the 147th Kentucky Derby, presented by Woodford Reserve.
As someone who grew up near Churchill Downs and a lifelong Kentucky Derby fan, winning this Eclipse Award is a great honor for me, and I didn't do it alone. First, I'd like to thank my wife, Sherry. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for her love and support. Also to my kids, Jessica, Sarah, and Jeffrey, for inspiring me every day. Finally, I want to give a shout out to Michael Clevenger, the Courier Journal, the NTRA, and all of my colleagues on the photo staff at the CJ for helping me out along the way. Thank you. It's quite an honor.
And congratulations again to all of our Media Eclipse Award winners. Thank you again to Scott Hazelton as well. We go now to a category that can sometimes be a second career for a thoroughbred, allowing them to flourish in their new vocation. One of our finalists is a perfect example of that. I have really enjoyed the opportunity to cover some of the most elite steeplechase races that we offer here in the US. And the most thrilling thing to follow has been the intense rivalry between the Mean Queen and Snap Decision, because truly, what could be more exciting than two tremendous racehorses throwing it down right to the finish line? Racing over fences and distances of more than 2.5 miles in 2021, here are the Grade 1 winning finalists for Champion Steeplechase Horse.
Irish-bred Baltimore Bucko was imported from his native land to try 2 Grade 1s in New York. The hurdler earned a first and second with the win for Buttonwood Farms in the A.P. Smithwick Memorial at 2 1/16 miles. Snap Decision had 2 wins and 2 seconds in his 4 races. The Burton Street runner won the Grade 2 Temple Gwathmey and snapped up the Grade 1 Iroquois at Percy Warner Park in Nashville. Buttonwood Farms' The Mean Queen had a superb campaign, winning 6 of 8 races. She won her final 3 races, all Grade 1s. After the Jonathan Shepherd at Saratoga and the Lonesome Glory at Belmont, the Mean Queen concluded her season with a win at the Grand National over 2 5/8 miles at Far Hills.
And the Eclipse Award goes to the Mean Queen.
Accepting the Eclipse Award for Champion Steeplechase Horse, the Mean Queen, is Rodman Moorhead III of Buttonwood Farm. Trained by Carrie Bryan, the Mean Queen becomes just the 2nd female to win the Steeplechase Horse Eclipse Award, and the first since Life's Illusion in 1975.
Wow. In 2019, I stood up on the stage as the assistant trainer to Jonathan Shepherd after our owner accepted the Eclipse Award for Winston C. And I remember thinking to myself after that night that whenever I had a training career of my own, if I could win an Eclipse Award throughout my whole career, I would be proud of that. And here I am in my first year of training, accepting an Eclipse Award. I have to thank my whole team that have worked so hard for me all year. We won 4 of the 5 Grade 1s, and that doesn't go unnoticed. I have to also thank her 2 jockeys this season, Tom Garner and Richie Condon. Wouldn't be here without the 2 of them. Thank you isn't even enough for her incredible owners, Rod and Alice Moorhead, who have had unwavering support for me since I went out on my own training and bought both her and Baltimore Bucko off of my recommendation from James and Ellen Doyle in Ireland. I wouldn't be standing here tonight if it weren't for their loyalty and ambition to support not only myself, but the sport of steeplechasing as a whole. And last but not least, I have to thank the Mean Queen. She has taken us all on a magical ride that I hope is only beginning. She has taken my career to a place I could only dream of, but most importantly, she has given the sport of steeplechasing an incredible boost. The amount of people who support and follow her who were never a fan of steeplechase racing before is phenomenal. She's a top-class athlete with a fabulous story, and I hope we can continue to bring new fans to the sport of steeplechasing. So in years to come, this is not a category that needs to abstain from voting. Thank you.
A big congratulations there. In racing, there are performances that just stick with you, mesmerize you. The same can be said about performances on the screen. Those two worlds found side by side in the starting gate in the recently released movie titled simply Jockey. The film centers around rider Jackson Silva, beautifully played by Clifton Collins Jr., as he struggles with the reality of aging out of his profession, his best days behind him. As you know, it is an all or nothing profession, and this movie so beautifully depicts the challenges of that lifestyle, the struggles endured by a rider, but also the passion that fuels one to never give up.
And finally, rounding up the card battles and entering a route wilted by Jackson Silva. This is her maiden race and her current odds are 19-1.
Wish I made a bet.
You nervous?
First day of school.
She's about to skip 2 grades.
I don't care how much weight you gain tonight, we're gonna celebrate. Okay, let's go.
Several weeks ago, I recorded a podcast with Johnny Velasquez, Richard Migliori, and Ramon Dominguez. We talked about the physical, mental, emotional toll that this profession can take on one's mind and body. Meg talked about his career-ending spinal injury. Ramon talked about his career-ending brain injury that actually happened the night before he won Champion Jockey that year at the Eclipse Awards. And Johnny Velasquez talked about almost dying after a fall at the Breeders' Cup. But what struck me about this conversation was Johnny. He said, yeah, I almost died, but I'm one of the lucky ones. Why? Because eventually he got back in the saddle. In fact, the most fascinating thing about the conversation was that they all agreed on only one fear. It wasn't getting dropped in a race or breaking a bone. It was losing the ability to ride again, to do what they truly love. And the next 3 names, that it shows you how much dedication, great fortitude, and passion just goes into maintaining this as a career. And the next 3 names you'll see represent just that. Here are the finalists for Jockey of the Year.
As the 3-time reigning Eclipse Award winner going into the year, Irad Ortiz Jr. continued his streak of winning at least 300 races. That streak reached 7 years as he won 336 to lead all jockeys of 2021. The Puerto Rican-born Ortiz earned more than $29 million to finish second in that category and finished third in stakes wins with 60 and in graded wins with 36. The Frenchman Flavien Prat came to the United States in 2015. At age 29 in 2021, He achieved personal bests in earnings with 23 million and in wins with 245. Also, Pratt led all riders with 12 scores in Grade 1 stakes. He is based in Southern California, where his success at the top level of stakes included the Malibu at Santa Anita. However, Pratt ranged across the country for Grade 1 wins such as the Preakness on Rombauer and the Queen Elizabeth II Challenge Cup on Chanticleer. Joel Rosario led the nation's riders in earnings in 2021 with almost $33 million. He also led in graded stakes wins with 49, only 6 shy of Jerry Bailey's record set in 2003. And his total of all stakes wins, 69, was within 7 of Garrett Gomez's record set in 2007. Rosario achieved those figures despite being forced by injury to miss most of December. Highlights of 2021 for the native of the Dominican Republic included the Breeders' Cup Classic and 4 other stakes on Knicks Go.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome retired Breeders' Cup and Dubai World Cup winning jockey and now Vice President of Industry Relations for the Stronach Group, Aaron Greider.
Having competed against the 3 finalists this year for the Eclipse Award for 2021 Champion Jockey, I know how hard it is to win an Eclipse Award. Actually, I don't, because I never won one. But this trio's combined for 130 graded stakes races, more than 85 million in purses last year. And the winner is Joel Rosario.
Accepting the Eclipse Award for Outstanding Jockey is Joel Rosario. This is the first Eclipse Award for Rosario, who was also a finalist in 2020. Last year, Rosario led all North American riders with more than $32.9 million in earnings.
Well, good evening, everybody. So I never thought in my life, come from Dominican Republic, I would have a Eclipse Award winning jockey. So this will go back a long way. So I have a lot of people to thank in my career, starting in the Dominican Republic and also coming to the United States. I want to mention a couple of people, but I have a lot of people that really give me big opportunity in this business, and the one they give me every day in my career. So starting in Dominican Republic, Eugenio, the Cham, and Dr. Contreras, they were really big for me to become a jockey here in the United States. When I moved here to the United States, I been around a lot of wonderful people, and I cannot thank a lot of people enough to do everything they've done for me in my career. But also as one person that I like to thank for everything he really do for me when I was riding here in California. When I moved from Northern California, that was John Sadler, and it's very emotional for me because he meant everything for me. So for me, riding this horsemanship with this, chance to win the race, that was amazing. Everything he done for me. So, and also thanks to all the people that really give me the opportunity every day, all the owners and trainers and everybody else to give me that ride every day for to just have another win every day and just to be here having an Eclipse Award. So God bless you all. Thank you very much. And
For John Geraldo, growing up with the ambition to become a jockey seemed natural. His father Joel was a jockey, as well as the figure young John looked up to. Now, the 20-year-old native of Puerto Rico is well on his way. He rode winners of 81 races in 2021, the top figure for any apprentice. Concentrating primarily on mid-Atlantic tracks, John Geraldo earned more than $2 million to rank second among apprentices in that category. The apprentice designation for Charlie Marquez ended in late May of 2021. Nevertheless, he had won 50 races as an apprentice, and his mounts had earned some $1.5 million in less than 5 months. These figures ranked fourth among newcomers, including those whose apprentice status covered much more of the year. Marquez also won a riding title at Pimlico Racecourse. Jessica Pfeiffer is the stepdaughter of California trainer Phil D'Amato, and she is developing her riding career on Southern California tracks Santa Anita, Del Mar, and Los Alamitos. She rode her first winner in late 2020 at Santa Anita, and her 2021 record included more than 10 months still in the apprentice category. She led all North American apprentices in earnings with $2.7 million and finished second in wins with 56.
Our three finalists for Champion Apprentice feature two men and one great young lady. They competed in the Mid-Atlantic region, and what I'm most proud of is most of them have had their success at the first racing racetracks, whether it's been Maryland or California. This is where they've stamped their success. So I'm supposed to read this, and as most of you trainers and owners know, I never listen to instructions, so I'm not listening to this. So I wanted to say something about each one really quickly that you might not know. Jessica Pfeiffer has got a bachelor's degree in political science. She had a love for horses. Her family's in this. She had a passion to want to do this and be in our business. These young riders are our future. John Geraldo, I asked him what was special to him. He said taking advantage of every opportunity he had, riding day and night in Maryland, going to different places, and sometimes riding 3 tracks in one day. That's special as a young man. Also, Charlie Marquez, the dedication and determination to win a riding title in Maryland as an apprentice. So I wish you all the best. You've all won. There are no losers here. Congratulations, you're our future. I just got chills pulling this out. And the winner is Jessica Pfeiffer.
Accepting the Eclipse Award for Outstanding Apprentice Jockey is Jessica Pfeiffer. The 23-year-old Pfeiffer led all North American apprentice riders in earnings with more than $2.7 million.
This was a dream that I had at the beginning of the year, not thinking that I was going to achieve it at all. I just have so many people to thank. Thank my family for pushing me every single day. My friends, my agent, Brandon O'Brien, who's done a great job for me. The owners, the trainers who have given me a shot, which is incredible for a young woman starting in Southern California. The grooms, the hot walkers who spend every day and night with the horses and the horses. That's what we're all here for. It's what we all do every day is love on them, and we're so thankful for them each and every day. I'm so thankful that I put law school aside and decided to follow my dream. It's the best decision I've ever made, and I just really hope that this inspires young women to do the exact same thing that I've done. And lastly, my grandfather passed away about a month ago, and he was my biggest supporter, so this is for him.
Well, we have youth over there. I've got youth coming up here. It makes you feel really good about the future of our sport. At 26 years old, this year's Horse Player of the Year became the youngest person to win the crown of the NHC. And he did it with some style. In the final leg, with it all riding on a 19-1 shot. He not only took home the Eclipse Award, he also pocketed $725,000, of which I heard he was supposed to buy a house. But a little birdie told me he still has not signed that deal yet. So if anybody knows anybody, I know a guy that needs a house. Presenting the Eclipse Award to our Horse Player of the Year, Justin Mistari, please welcome Brady Klotz of Equine Edge.
All right, welcome everybody. As we know, the horse players are the true backbone of this sport, and on behalf of Equine Edge, yeah, go ahead. Let's give one out for the horse players. Without the horse players, we are definitely not here tonight. So on behalf of Equine Edge, Scotty, Mike, and the crew, Greg, Eric, and Alec, I present to you the Horse Player of the Year, Justin Mustari.
How you doing? So honored to receive this award tonight. I'd like to give some credit to Michelle Ravencraft and Holly Short and the rest of the NTRA team. They do such an amazing job of taking care of all the horse players. I'd like to also thank Brisnet, Ragusan, and ExpressBet. I wouldn't have been able to do it without them. I also want to thank my parents and girlfriend for being here tonight. Got to give a little extra credit to my dad. He's taught me everything I know about this game and the reason I fell in love with this game. Lastly, I'd like to give a shout out to JJ Hernandez and the connection to Rose's Crystal. That's the horse that won the last race of the contest. I'm sure everyone here has that one race that they're never going to forget for the rest of their life. Mine happens to be a $20,000 optional claiming race. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Chairman, Chief Executive Officer, and President of First, Belinda Stronach.
Good evening, everyone, and a very warm welcome to Santa Anita Park. I'd like to take a moment to thank Amy Zimmerman for producing tonight's event, and Craig Fravel and the First Racing team for helping to organize this event so we can all enjoy and celebrate the best in class in racing. And on that note, it is my great pleasure and my honor to announce tonight's Eclipse Award of Merit to a gentleman you all know, Ambassador Earl Mack. Ambassador Mack has been a dear friend to my family for 3 generations, I can say, and we know he loves horses and he never hesitates to ring me up and tell me what I can do better. Let's now send a big warm round of applause and congratulations to Earl Mack as we watch his lifetime achievements and what he's done for racing. Thank you.
United States Ambassador Earl I. Mack has spent many years of involvement in a wide range of roles, creating and supporting benefits to individuals and society as a whole. A current centerpiece of those efforts is the Man o' War Project, a scientific inquiry at Columbia University designed to utilize retired racehorses in a program to alleviate post-traumatic stress in humans. His 7-figure contribution initiated this research, which expands knowledge on how military veterans can find relief from PTS through the brain chemistry involved in bonding with equines. The PTS project fits well within Ambassador Mack's career of giving. He served as ambassador to Finland among the more than 50 key roles in arts, public service, business, and philanthropy. Beneficiaries have included a wide scope, embracing the Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, New York City Ballet, Dance Theater of Harlem, and the Holocaust Memorial Committee. In thoroughbred racing, Mr. Mack has owned Triple Crown winners in Canada and Brazil, and his North American Stakes winners also include November Snow and Mr. Light. Typically, he lent service to the sport. As chairman of the New York State Racing Commission, board member of the New York Racing Association, and many more organizations. He established the Denny Phipps Award for individuals who have supported racing, in affiliation with the Grayson Jockey Club Research Foundation, and has given generous support to Racehorse Aftercare. Earl Mack, Eclipse Award of Merit recipient for a lifetime of remarkable achievement.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ambassador Earl I. Mack.
Well, hello, good evening. And I'd like to thank beautiful Belinda for your wonderful introduction. And this is a great evening. It's a great evening For me, it's a great evening for everybody. It's a great evening for everybody that's assembled here. In case I go over, I've asked the little band not to play music. So, I'll go on and on. But it's a great show this evening. I'm pleased and deeply honored, and I'm humbled to be recognized by my friends and peers of this very prestigious award, the Equine Award of Merit. Thank you very, very much. I want to thank also the executive committee for this selection. I want to thank the Daily Racing Forum and the National Turf Riders and the NTRA. So thank you all. You keep us great and you keep our industry great. As much as I've always loved horses and racing, it was a serendipitous moment when I got involved in the sport. I used to ride at an old club in New York called the Sleepy Hollow Country Club. And the Sleepy Hollow Country Club had trails along the different estates that they rode that you could ride on if you remember. One day I was dismounting on my horse and an old riding master who I knew and loved, he came up to me and he said, "My wife needs surgery and I haven't got the money now to pay for it. But I have a horse that ran in Canada for $5,000 and I'll sell you that horse for $2,500. Well, I trusted the man, I knew the man, and sight unseen, I wrote him a check. So I wrote the guy a check, and the horse's name was Secret Star, and he went on to win tens of thousands of dollars for my $2,500 investment. And I said, well, this business is really easy. You go out and just buy a $2,500 horse, and there you are, and here I am. Well, so throughout my racing career, I've been involved with many organizations, and the integrity of our sport has been at the center of my advocacy for years and years and years. I just want to say a word about the groundbreaking passage of the Integrity and Safety Act, that are known as HISA. I believe that this is a once-in-a-generation opportunity to dramatically enhance the integrity and the safety of our sport. It will turn the chaos. When I say chaos, there are so many different racing commissions. And in the past, all these political appointments, including me, had different views and different favorite people. And so different tracks had different racing commissions. They were all political appointments. But now we're going to turn chaos into order. And so I'm very much looking forward to it. And so I want to say that I was an Army officer. I loved our veterans. I loved our horses, and I put one and one together one day and tried to make it three. So horses and vets would have a tremendous impact on the people we love, the people who fought so hard to preserve our democracy. And so I decided to try to put them together, and that became the Manowar Project. And so I went to Columbia University, tried to sell it to my friend David Schaffer, who was chairman of the psychiatry department. And then he was nice enough to introduce me to Dr. Yuval Nure, an expert in this. And he introduced me to Prudence Fisher. And so after 4 long years, we have a 16-page validation of this project and of this treatment. And we're going to start this for children that suffer from anxiety. At quarterbacking this is my good friend Ann Paulson, who's here. Please don't play the music, but stand up, Ann, and say hello. So,
Kentucky, all the way to the California coast, and where presidents have been born. The names might sound familiar, but the context for each is unique. Brad Kelly with a reimagined Calumet, Godolphin seeking a title under its blue banner, and a star-studded broodmare band cultivated by Stone Street. 2021 was also a record-smashing year for our owner finalists. Cumulatively, they earned over $30 million in purses and captured 14 grade ones, including 3 Breeders' Cups, the Belmont, the Travers, the Haskell, and the Manhattan, to make their silks household names.
Dubai ruler Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum's international Godolphin operation is a finalist for Eclipse Award for both Champion Owner and Champion Breeder. Each category is familiar territory. Sheikh Mohammed has won Eclipse Awards as owner 4 times and as breeder in 2012. Equibase statistics show that Godolphin's North American division established a single-season record as 2021's leading owner. The stable amassed earnings of $17.4 million, well above the former single-season mark of $12.2 million set in 2013 by Ken and Sarah Ramsey. With many of its runners being homebreds, Godolphin also led the individual breeders list in North America with $18.4 million in earnings. The Juddmonte enterprise of the late Prince Khalid Abdullah has won 4 Eclipse Awards as champion owner. Now, after the year in which Prince Khalid passed away, Juddmonte is a finalist again. Abdullah's sons and grandsons have continued Juddmonte internationally, and its United States operations are managed by Garrett O'Rourke. A finalist again for champion owner, Clarovich Stable, which has had partners in the past, in 2021 was under sole ownership of its founder, Seth Klarman. Clarovich Stable finished second only to Godolphin in earnings, with some $7 million. Clarovich won a dozen graded stakes in 2021, including domestic spending's Grade 1 successes, like the Resorts World Casino Manhattan Stakes, as well as Search Results' Grade 1 victory in the Acorn Stakes. For the last decade, Brad Kelly has been the champion of historic Calumet Farm, now only 2 years from its centennial celebration. As the current owner of Calumet, Kelly has been adding to a legacy going back to the glory days of Triple Crown winners Whirlaway and Citation. Kelly's Calumet led all breeders for 2 years recently, and in 2021 finished second in earnings as breeder, with more than $16 million. Joining Godolphin and Calumet as finalists for Champion Breeder is Stone Street Thoroughbred Holdings. In recent years, Miss Barbara Banke's Stone Street breeding operation has joined the echelon of consistent success. That pattern was extended in 2021 when Stone Street Thoroughbred Holdings ranked 3rd in earnings among breeders with some $13 million.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President and Chief Executive Officer of Breeders' Cup Limited, Drew Fleming.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Breeders' Cup, our board of directors, and our nominators from across the globe, it's an honor to be here. We want to congratulate all the nominees and winners. It's also, I think, a particular note this evening to really recognize the international participation here tonight. Despite global travel restrictions, our industry rebounded like no other. So thank you to all. This list of nominees, you don't need an explanation. The names speak for themselves. They're the who's who of racing, and we thank them for their time, their investment, and their passion for the business. And so the winner is Godolphin. Congratulations.
Accepting the Eclipse Awards for both Outstanding Owner and Outstanding Breeder from Godolphin USA are Dan Pride, Chief Operating Officer, and Michael Banhan, Director of Bloodstock. This is the 5th time that Godolphin, led by Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, has won the Outstanding Owner Eclipse Award and the 2nd Eclipse trophy it has won for Outstanding Breeder. Godolphin led all owners with a single season earnings mark of more than $17 million, highlighted by 84 wins from such stars as Belmont Stakes winner Essential Quality and Breeders' Cup winners as well.
What a great night, and what a tremendous honor on behalf of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed to accept this award for both the owner and breeder. It's actually 30 years this year that Godolphin was founded. Simple goal was to run and try to win the best races in the world. And 2021 was a highlight. You know, it's been a year for us globally that's been hard to match in our history. Luckily, Sheikh Mohammed, you know, he's built this on 3 things. It's the horse, it's the land, and it's the people. And we're fortunate to be able to support all those areas. It's a team sport for us. We got a great group back here. We got folks back in Kentucky, in central Kentucky, who are a big part of this. Newmarket, England, County Kildare in Ireland, and in Dubai. So it's a wonderful night. We've had Mystic Guide win the World Cup, Essential Quality, take us on the ride. Now a stallion with us, and Maxfield, and can't leave out Charlie. Charlie Appleby's year has been unbelievable, and what he did at the Breeders' Cup with 3 winners, all by Dubai, it's been very special. Michael looks like he's going to get the short end of the stick here.
I don't already got the music on, so I'm finished.
Well
Thank
done.
you very much.
We see a horse on the racetrack, at the finish line, in the winner's circle. But what we often don't see is all of the work that it takes to get there. That goes with the constant phone calls, the roller coaster of emotions, and the incredibly early mornings. Now, as I'm about to marry an assistant trainer, I've gotten a little bit more accustomed to this lifestyle, but more than anything, have gained a deeper appreciation for all of the work that this profession requires. Here are the finalists for Outstanding Trainer.
Steve Asmussen has been a member of the Hall of Fame for 4 years at the dawn of the year 2021. Yet, there was a statistical distinction he was looking forward to achieving, which was to become the winner of more races than any other trainer in history. Asmussen reached that goal in August at Saratoga, when he won victory number 9,466, passing Dale Baird to stand alone among all trainers. It was a captivating season in which the Texan amassed 453 wins to top all North American trainers, and also finished 2nd in total earnings with more than $31 million. Chad Brown won 4 consecutive Eclipse Awards for trainer from 2016 to 2019. After the streak was broken for 2020, he is already back as a finalist for 2021. Last year, Brown won 33 graded stakes races, ranking 2nd among all North American trainers. He was only 4 wins shy of the 200 mark in 2021, winning 196 races, and his runners earned more than $22 million overall. Brad Cox landed his first Eclipse Award for Outstanding Trainer in 2020, accentuated by 30 graded stakes wins. He matched that graded stakes total in 2021, and his seasonal earnings shot up to $31,001,731, not only the highest in 2021, but an all-time trainer's record for 1 year. Further illustrating the richness of Cox's year, his 269 wins included a first win in a Triple Crown event when Essential Quality captured the Belmont Stakes and later added the Run Happy Travers Stakes. However, the year 2021 might be remembered more for another standout in Cox's stable, Horse of the Year candidate, Nick Sco.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Executive Vice President and Chief Racing Officer for Breeders' Cup Limited, Dora Delgado.
Thank you.
Our illustrious trio of finalists for Outstanding Trainer include the all-time record holder for wins, the all-time single season record holder for total purses won, and a 4-time Eclipse Award winner. I mean, wow. This year's Eclipse Award goes to Brad Cox.
Accepting the Eclipse for Outstanding Trainer is Brad Cox. This is the second Eclipse Award for Cox from Louisville, Kentucky, who won his first Trainer Eclipse last year. In 2021, Cox established a North American earnings record for trainers with more than $31 million in total purses. He also won 269 races, including 30 graded stakes. His stable sported a bevy of stars.
Wow, 2021, what a season. Obviously, have to start by thanking the NTRA, the voters, and just an incredible year. So blessed with great owners, great horses. It's what it all comes down to, is just surrounding yourself with a good group of people, great group of people. 5 people, assistants that I want to give a special shout out to is Jorge Abregu, Ricky Giannini, Tessa Bishop, Dustin Dugas, and Blake Cox. These guys, their determination, devotion, horsemanship, second to none. And obviously none of this can be accomplished without a lot of people, a lot of dedication, and a lot of hard work. And this is definitely not an individual award. It's a team award, and just very proud of the staff we have in place. I also want to thank my family. I think anyone that has as many horses as we do is you live a crazy lifestyle. And obviously I have to thank my wife Olivia for keeping the wheels churning on things at home. I hope my mother's watching back home in Kentucky. Hi, Mom. And it just means a tremendous amount to be on a list with great trainers in the past, such as Dwayne Lucas, Dodd Pletcher, Bobby Franco, Charlie Winningham. This means a tremendous amount to me. And thank you very much.
Whether it's at the cinema or on the racetrack, leading men can leave a lasting impression. Flightline gave me goosebumps in the Malibu. Life is Good, brilliant in the Breeders' Cup. Knicks Go, simply great in the Classic. And as his trainer told me before, great horses do great things. It's these types of performances, whether on screen or on the track, that have a way of leaving us talking, but frankly, left me speechless. Just 3 of many unforgettable performances this year by our leading men. Let's kick things off with the finalists for Older Dirt Male.
As we move to the leading men categories among the horses, we begin with Knicks Go, who won 5 graded stakes during his 5-year-old year. All he did was go, and his winning margins ranged from 3 lengths to 10 lengths. Knicks Go began the year winning the Pegasus World Cup in January, and the Korea Racing Authority's horse concluded his season in November with a wire-to-wire win in the Longines Breeders' Cup Classic. The well-established Godolphin stable star Maxfield returned to live up to his promised potential from the year before. In 2021, Maxfield won 4 graded stakes, culminating his year in the Grade 1 Clark Stakes presented by Norton Healthcare at Churchill Downs. As the second Godolphin star in this category, Mystic Guide was limited to 3 races. He made the most of it, however, taking the Dubai World Cup as one of 2 major wins.
One of these finalists looking to add their names to a lofty list that include the likes of Forgo, Spectacular Bid, Cigar, and Wise Dan, just to name a few. Best of luck to all. The Eclipse Award for Older Dirt Male goes to Knicks Go.
Accepting the Eclipse Award for Knicks Go Champion Older Dirt Male is June Park, representing the Korea Racing Authority. A 2019 Keeneland September yearling sale purchase, Knicks Go had a banner year in 2021, taking Grade 1 races from gate to wire in the Pegasus World Cup, the Whitney, and capping it off with a 2 3/4 length triumph in the Longines Breeders' Cup Classic.
Well, actually, it made me more nervous than watching the Knicks Go race here. On the behalf of the Korea Racing Authority, I'd like to give a special thanks to the voters and our teams. They are the ones that got me here today. So thanks all.
The drive from Nice, France to Monaco via the Grand Corniche connotes luxury and elegance. Likewise, the Speedway Stables colt named Corniche was the epitome of class and competence as he raced to daylight victories in all 3 of his races. The second and third of those came in the American Pharoah Stakes and the TBG Breeders' Cup Juvenile. The Champagne Stakes at Belmont Park has long held a lofty position in the juvenile male division. In 2021, it marked only the second race for colt Jack Christopher. At the conclusion, he was an Eclipse contender and a potential classic hopeful for the ownership of Jim Bakke, Gerald Isbister, Peter Brandt, and Coolmore. The development of the juvenile turf division is fulfilling its potential to attract major horses from overseas. Godolphin's Modern Games is an example, coming off an English Stakes victory to score in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our Eclipse Award winners in the audio and multimedia category, Peter Thomas Fornatal and Naomi Tucker.
Interviewing 17 racing personalities recalling their most memorable moments at the Breeders' Cup was the thrill of a lifetime for us as journalists and racing fans.
Accepting a Media Eclipse Award for our work truly was the icing on the cake. So thank you so much again.
2 Breeders' Cup winners and an unbeaten star from New York complete our lineup of finalists for Champion 2-Year-Old.
And the Eclipse Award goes to Corniche.
Accepting the Eclipse Award for Corniche Champion 2-Year-Old Male is co-owner Peter Fleur of Speedway Stables. This Keeneland September 2020 yearling sale purchase won all 3 of his starts in 2021 in wire-to-wire fashion. A base son of Quality Road, Corniche captured 2 Grade 1 stakes, taking the American Pharoah at Santa Anita and the TVG Breeders' Cup Juvenile, presented by Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance at Del Mar.
Wow. How sweet it is. 7 years ago, Casey and I were in our conference room in Houston, and we were talking about getting into the race business, and Casey looked at me and he said, let's do it, and let's have some fun. And to be up here tonight and have all the great, it's a very big deal for our family that's on the stage. And it's a great deal for all of the friends we've made in this industry, which mean a lot to us. So this is a very special time. Sometimes I think a horse can make a human look a little smarter than he is, especially an owner. And perhaps Corniche's record has done that. So there are 2 very critical people that are members of the Speedway team. One is Marette Farrell. Marette does all our matings, represents us at the sales, our eyes and ears on the ground. And we thank you, Marette. We couldn't do this without you. And number 2 is our dear friend of almost 50 years,
owner, breeder, John Adger. So thank you both for putting us on this very cool journey. Casey and I want to also thank trainer and friend, Bob Bafford, for his handling of the horse. And we dedicate this to our fathers, Charles Wiener and Bob Fleur, who were partners in the horse business for 15 years. And that was the impetus for us to get back into it. Thank you very much. Godspeed.
While a bit below the horizon prior to the Qatar Racing Breeders' Cup Sprint, Aloha West had won 4 other races. The Eclipse Thoroughbred Partners 4-year-old said hello to the winner's circle in the Breeders' Cup Sprint at Del Mar. Flightline came into the conversation late in the year. He was brilliant in his 2 races early, but hit a different level in the Grade 1 Run Happy Malibu Stakes at Santa Anita in December, when the West Point Thoroughbreds and Partners Colt ran away to win by 11 lengths. Jackie's Warrior brought a reputation for brilliance into 2021 and proceeded to add to his status. The 3-year-old owned by Kirk and Judy Robeson won a quartet of major stakes. His triumphs included the Grade 1 H. Allen Jerkins Memorial Stakes in record time at Saratoga.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the chairman of the Thoroughbred Owners of California, Gary Fenton.
Good evening. Among our finalists for a champion male sprinter, one said aloha at the Breeders' Cup, another captured 4 graded stakes, and the third appeared to take flight right here at the Great Race Place at Santa Anita. And the Eclipse Award goes to Jackie's Warrior.
Accepting the Eclipse Award for the male sprint champion of 2021, Jackie's Warrior, are his owners, Kirk and Judy Robeson. A 2019 Keeneland September yearling sale purchase, the 3-year-old Jackie's Warrior, trained by Steve Asmussen, won 4 graded stakes in 2021, taking the Pat Day Mile at Churchill Downs, along with back-to-back scores at Saratoga in the Grade 2 Amsterdam and Grade 1 H. Allen Jerkins Memorial. He also scored a rousing 6 3/4 length triumph in the Grade 2 Gallant Bob Stakes at Parks.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Well, not much of a speech because the horse said it all on the racetrack. Steve bought the horse for us. He and Scott Blassie took care of this horse and trained him into being just a hell of an animal. You have to be a heck of an animal to do what he did week after week. It was a spectacular horse. We're grateful for them. Steve's dad, Keith, broke the horse down in Laredo, Texas as a baby. And I told Keith before we knew this horse was very good, I said, Keith, I want to win the Hopeful someday. He said, I think we might have the horse for you. So we went and won the Hopeful. So it was a spectacular year, and he never disappointed, and he ran his eyeballs out, as everybody knows. So thank you very much. We appreciate it. Thank you.
If we were to have a poll, which category is the most contentious this year? I'm going to go out on a limb and say that 3-year-old male might be at the top of the list. It's a tough one. One finalist, sometimes referred to as the little engine that could, incredibly courageous, but heartbreakingly star-crossed. Another, intelligent, a natural athlete, a quality racehorse. And finally, one who is good. Actually very good, and very good recently, but sorry, Todd Pletcher, the Pegasus World Cup does not count tonight. Here are the finalists for 3-year-old male.
Building on his juvenile championship, Essential Quality proved his quality with 5 major stake wins at 3. The Godolphin homebred scores included 2 historic Grade 1 races for classic age colts, the Traverse at Saratoga and the 1.5-mile Belmont Stakes. Windstar Farms China Horse Club's Life is Good lived up to his name when he returned to the track mid-year after a freshening. He concluded the year winning the Belmont Park's Kelso Handicap and the Big Ass Fans Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile. Medina Spirit dominated his competition on the racetrack, often controlling the race from the gate break. His wire-to-wire trips included the Kentucky Derby and the Awesome Again, before finishing second in the Longines Breeders' Cup Classic.
Very contentious group. And the Eclipse Award goes to Essential Quality.
Accepting the Eclipse Award for Essential Quality is the Director of Bloodstock for Godolphin USA, Michael Banahan. This is the second Eclipse Award for Essential Quality, who was champion 2-year-old male of 2020. And he becomes just the 6th horse to win both awards. Trained by Brad Cox and ridden in all his races by Luis Saez, this gray son of Tapit won 5 graded stakes races last year in 7 starts.
Thanks very much to the NTRA and the National Thoroughbred Writers broadcasters. This is a wonderful honor for me to accept the Champion 3-year-old Colt Award on behalf of Sheikh Mohammed and Godolphin. What a horse Essential Quality has been for the past 2 seasons. Back-to-back champion. The second classic winner for Sheikh Mohammed. First classic winner for Brad Cox. He's a gorgeous, classy, classic individual. He showed up every day, never was late for work, and never disappointed anyone. From Churchill Downs to Cleveland, to Belmont, to Saratoga, all racetracks came the same to him. He just wanted to please and to win. Essential Quality is only the second horse in over 40 years to be champion 2-year-old and champion 3-year-old. And the other horse is a Triple Crown winner. So that is pretty elite company to be in. Sheikh Mohammed has now bred and raced the winners of 2 of the Triple Crown races. And we are going to continue to work as hard as we can to tick that last box. I would especially like to thank Brad Cox and his team for the wonderful guidance and steady hand of Essential Quality through 2 championship seasons while under his tutelage. Also, a big thank you to Luis Saez, who always had the utmost confidence in Essential Quality and rode him superbly every time he stepped onto the track. I'd like to dedicate this award to our recently retired racing manager, Jimmy Bell. What a way to go out on top, or what a horse to go out on top with. Thank you very much.
Domestic spending like to play it close in 2021, with 2 close finishes from 3 starts. One was the ultimate in close finishes, a dead heat in the Old Forester Bourbon Turf Classic. In his other race, however, Clarovich Stables 4-year-old easily won the resort's World Casino Manhattan Stakes at Belmont Park. Space Blues didn't stay in one place long. His 6 races for Godolphin were held in 5 countries. Space Blues won in Saudi Arabia, England, and France before landing at Del Mar to win the FanDuel Breeders' Cup Mile, presented by the Permanently Disabled Jockeys Fund. Another world traveler was Godolphin's Yabir. This English bred had won 2 of his 6 races in England before his trip to the U.S., where he won the Jockey Club Derby Invitational at Belmont Park. Crossing the continent to California, Yabir then added the Longines Breeders' Cup turf.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the national correspondent for Daily Racing Form and recently selected for induction into the National Museum of Racing's Joe Hirsch Media Roll of Honor, Jay Pridman.
Daily Racing Form has been a co-sponsor of the Eclipse Award since the first one back in 1971, and it's my honor and privilege to represent Daily Racing Form here tonight. The 3 finalists for male turf horse include the best grass horse in North America the first half of the year, and 2 international raiders who came over and won championship races at the Breeders' Cup at Del Mar. The male turf champion for 2021 is Yabir.
Accepting the Eclipse Award for Yabir, champion male turf, is Chief Operating Officer of Godolphin USA, Dan Pride. In 2021, Yabir made the most of his 2 starts in the United States, with victories in the Jockey Club Derby Invitational at Belmont Park and the Grade 1 Longines Breeders' Cup Turf at Del Mar.
Wow, what a night. Again, on behalf of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed, this is special. Charlie's not going to want me doing this, but Charlie Appleby, a lot of you don't know because he's not here very often, but he is the most genuine, sincere guy that is so inclusive of everybody on the team. I know he's going to be thrilled with this and all his team back in Newmarket in Dubai. So well done, Charlie, and your team. Well done, Godolphin. Thank you.
Before we get to our final award of the night, I just want to take a moment out to say some thanks. Thank you to our sponsors, our gracious hosts here at Santa Anita Park, Frank Miramati, who has been announcing, we call him the voice of God tonight. I also want to thank all of our fans, the horsemen here, and of course, the horses. Our Horse of the Year candidates have made their way here from very different beginnings. An inexpensive Maryland bred with surprising speed, a blue blood with champion aspirations since birth, and a late blooming filly from Mexico who just needed an equipment change for her to see her path. Is it their physical makeup, their mind, or that intangible quality that can't be trained, their heart? This finalist had it all. Her grit and tenacity led her to 4 Grade 1 victories, something no other horse this year can match. But she's so much more than her accolades. It's that intangible quality that set her apart from the rest, that thrust her into our hearts. But it's also what she represents. As a flag bearer for her country, she's a symbol of hope, of opportunity, of what's possible. And as her trainer once told me, she is a horse to change one's life. This is Latruska. This finalist was a winner of 7 graded stakes throughout his career, from 1 1/16 to 1.5 miles. A classic winner who wowed us with his game performance in the Belmont Stakes. Already a 2-time Eclipse Award winner, having taken home juvenile honors last year and champion 3-year-old male tonight. But more than anything, he represents the past, the present, and the future of a storied operation. A homebred flying those iconic blue colors who lived up to all of the high hopes that were placed on him from the very beginning. This is Essential Quality.
A $40,000 Maryland bred, whose first graded stakes victory came at 70-1. Unexpected and unassuming. That's how his story began. But if you look back on last year, that completely changed. He went from unexpected to expected. He began the year as the favorite in the Pegasus World Cup, and he delivered brilliantly, clicking off graded stakes victories at every pole throughout 2021, ending with the Breeders' Cup Classic, truly capturing the essence of a Horse of the Year. This is Nick's Go.
Please welcome the President and Chief Executive Officer of the National Thoroughbred Racing Association, Tom Rooney.
I know I'm keeping you all from dinner, but it's the most important prize of the night. Before I announce the winner, I just want to say thank you to Belinda Stronach for having us here and hosting us. Her team, Aiden Butler, Craig Frabel, Mike Rogers, FanDuel for supporting the event and taking my son's money. Also, my horses all run at Stronach tracks, so that was brown nosing. Crab cakes and football. That's what Maryland does. And they do one more thing. They win Horse of the Year. Nick's Go 2021 Horse of the Year.
Accepting the Eclipse Award for Horse of the Year, Nick's Go is June Park of the Korea Racing Authority, a 2019 Keeneland September yearling sale purchase trained by Brad Cox. This is the second Eclipse Award of the evening for Nick's Go, who also won the champion Older Dirt Male Trophy. In 2021, Nick's Go led all North American horses in purse earnings with more than $7.3 million. He was bred in Maryland by Angie Moore. Let's hear it again for Horse of the Year, Nick's Go.
What a special night for the Korea Racing Authority. It has been an incredible journey, and it's all teamwork. And we appreciate all the people involved in the horse. And special thanks to the Nick Skull, of course. And it's extremely honored to receive such an important award like this in this industry. I'd like to thank you again. Thanks for the support.
Okay, so there will be a brief intermission and then we'll continue with the rest of the awards and then eventually you can all eat. Now that is a wrap. We made it. Their wine glasses look so empty.
And another congratulations to all of our Eclipse Award winners tonight. Congratulations, including our Horse of the Year, Nick Sko.
Also do want to remind everybody, if you're hanging out after dinner, we're going to have an after party in the Chandelier Room with Brian Newman featuring DJ as well as Sky DeMiles.
You have been a terrific audience. We appreciate you joining us tonight. Cheers and let's eat.
Cheers.
Start